Hello guys and good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today is just a FAQ, which means frequently asked questions. I try to answer them either on my blog, on Instagram, and or on this platform. This particular one is actually something that I feel like needs its own video, like its own dedicated video, because it's kind of complex, difficult, and it took me a while to understand and learn. So I figure that this is the best way to teach you guys what I know. Again, I'm just one person. Once you hear the topic, you'll understand why I'm doing all this prefacing. But I am only one person. This is my opinion, and this is what I've learned through YouTube, not through a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor at all. This is just stuff I learned through YouTube and through listening to other financial gurus. So I listen to financial advisors and financial gurus and how to do everything like that through YouTube. So this is just what I learned through that, but you need to look it up yourself. You need to do your own research, and then you need to get back and figure out what's best for you and your family and how you want to do everything, if that makes any sense. So let's just jump right into this. I had to get my drink. Okay, but I also wanted to say that this is just through my own experience as well. So people might have a different experience, and that is totally fine. Also, and I'm gonna get questions, I am drinking the Beachbody fruit punch flavored Energized. I have gotten a lot of flack about being a Beachbody coach, but I'm just telling you that it's something that I enjoy. It's something that makes me feel really great, and so that's why I offer it to you guys. If you don't like it, you don't even have to click on the link or use it, but it's just a really good way. It's raining. It's raining. It's just a really good way to, like, an easy way to work out, and I enjoy it. So let's continue on with the question. So, what is my most frequently asked question? This is something that I get on my Instagram, like literally every day, every other day. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, it is honestly there. I'll put it somewhere right there. And it is, how do you make money on social media? This is a loaded question, so I'm gonna make this video so that way whenever people ask me, I can just direct them to this video so that way they can watch it and they kind of like understand all the different ways that I make money off of social media and how I don't really want to say invest it, but what I do with the money after I make it. So there's multiple different ways to make money on social media. Obviously, I don't even know where to start. I'm just gonna do how much money I make on things, not how much money. I'm not gonna disclose the amount of money that I make, but I will talk about like the different ways that I do make money. So the first one is through affiliate links. So if you join like anything of mine, follow me on anywhere, there are links everywhere. There are some on Amazon. There are some for just other affiliate links like FNX, Astoria, different things. It's just stuff that I love, that I care about, that I want to share with you guys, that you guys end up liking. And all of those links are affiliate links, meaning that I get a commission off of what you buy. I have that because it truly helps me out. I give you a discount, you get a discount to buy it, and then I get the money from you buying the discounted product. So if I truly love it and I truly care about it and I love everything about it, you guys that purchase it, I want you to be able to have a discount, because what if it's expensive, right? Like my Astoria fitness gear, so expensive, right? But getting that discount helps so much, and then that helps you guys, and then you guys help me by purchasing it. Does that make sense? So that's one way that I make money. Now, here's the issue with this next one that I'm about to say, because I am trying to steer away from it just like a little bit, because it is not the best form to make money on that I have found personally. And the next one is sponsorships. So unlike affiliate links last however long that their code lasts, and can last as long as you are an affiliate with that company. So it can last for a significant amount of time, so you can make money off different things like that, right? But the next one, a sponsorship, it's kind of difficult because sponsorships, in my own like experience, has been very difficult to make money on, or consistent money on. So I can do the sponsorship, I can get it done on time, and I can send it in on time, and they can approve it, and I can post it, everything on time. But the pay period from the time that I post it to the time that I get paid is very undisclosed. There is no information about any of that. And the issue is that whenever I have emailed, or whoever I'm emailing at the time to make the sponsorship, they are like the communications person in that company, but the billing goes to obviously like the billing side of the company, and that's very difficult to like make. But I will say I love sponsorships, right? Like, I am the queen of sponsorships on my Instagram. I love sponsorships. I think they're amazing, but I don't count on them as like significant money coming in, right? Like, I count them, what I do with sponsorships, which this might help you, this might not. I love sponsorships for this reason, and I use the money for Christmas or for a holiday or for a birthday or anniversary, because there is no disclosed time period from when they're supposed to pay you. A lot of companies actually do have like a disclosure where it tells you like step by step when they're going to pay you, etc. But a lot of them don't. And so what I do is just take that sponsorship money and save it in my sinking fund for obviously take 20% out for taxes and whatever later on in the year. But I put all of that money into a Christmas sinking fund. And I just save it until Christmas is there, and then I'm able to buy everyone's gifts without having to freak out about how much money I want to put in there. And how I figured out that number to put inside my account is I figured out how much I usually spend on Christmas decor, Christmas gifts, Christmas food, traveling. I literally, like, there's this whole list I learned about how much you spend on Christmas. I watched a whole entire video on it. And basically it like has like a line item and then like a number to go with it, and that's how much you usually spend. So for each category I put how much I spend, and I came up with like a number, and then I obviously round it up so that way I have a little bit extra in case things go crazy and I need to add a little bit more, or someone is born, so you have to add one more like gift to that. And so I put all of that money into a sinking fund, and then we use it for Christmas. So I love sponsorships for that. I love sponsorships for sinking funds. They are amazing, right? Like, I use that money for sinking funds after I obviously take out my 20% and all the things that I need to take out for running your own business, okay? And then the second thing about sponsorships that is the downfall is, again, the pay period. It's very difficult, and then also it takes a long time to be able to get your money after you do the sponsorship, and like the money disclosure sometimes can fluctuate depending on the company, how it goes, what information is talked about from one side of the company to the next. I personally, like, again, think sponsorships are great because you get the product, and you get to use the product, and then you get to share the product, and if you love the product, then you get to keep the product. You know what I'm saying? I have gotten so many amazing gifts and different products that I personally like just love. It's just, again, very difficult because you're not able to have a consistent amount of income, which is just kind of the way of social media and the way of running your own business. So this is like nothing new if someone runs their own business, because you're not going to have the same amount of income every single month. It's just like the way it is. So this is not new information for people who run their own business, but I just wanted to let everyone know in case you're wondering. The next way that I make money off of social media is MLMs. Obviously, you know that I love Young Living and Beachbody. Those are my two favorite MLMs. I love the products from them. I use them every single day. And it's just something that warms my heart because I love the company, and then I'm able to help you guys create your own business and to be able to come financially free and become a social media influencer like myself, how you've always wanted it. And the reason why I also like MLMs is because I don't have to do like any like the legwork of getting you the product, right? Like, I just sign you up, I send you the email, you pay for it, and then that company sends it to you, like directly to you. And then I am just there for the funsies part of like keeping up with you, making sure that you're doing great, making sure that, you know, like we can virtually talk, we can work out, like, you know what I'm saying? And it has made me like so much closer to you guys, the people who actually are my supporters, not the ones who troll me, but the ones who actually want to be a part of my life. It's really cool to have you guys as part of my teams on things, because it's just really fun to see your growth and to be able to see you be able to build a company based off of that. And it's really nice because I don't have to do the extra legwork, because I already do work a 40-hour week job, and you know, things just get wild. The next thing that I want to talk about is my merch. So I do have merch. If you don't know, the link is always in the description box. And what I do with my merch is I basically take that money, obviously put the amount aside. So I always take any money that I make off of anything off of my social media. I take 20% and put it towards whatever I need to put it towards. I put it in savings, right? 20% always goes to savings. I don't touch it, I don't look at it, I don't even know that I make it, because it's in savings automatically. Now, the rest of it will either go to invest in the company, and then there's a portion of it that will be then considered my profit, which is basically everything left after I take everything out. So with that, with my merch, I do that, but I don't really make much money off of my merch, because what I do with my merch, the amount that I make, so let's say you buy a t-shirt, I take 20%, give it to my savings, 20% to, or not 20%, 10% back invested into making another type of t-shirt, merch, whatever it may be, back into the company, and then the leftover is then divided in half, and half of that goes to whatever. So like if you look on my website, a percentage of each purchase goes to a cause. So if you buy any of my podcast merch, half of my profit goes to a food bank, or half of it goes to an FFA like in the area. So the other half is the one that I keep, obviously, and sometimes it's just not that much, right? Like sometimes people buy a lot of t-shirts, some people don't. So again, not a super consistent amount of income, but the way that you make a consistent income on social media is through diversifying. So I make money off of diversifying my company, and by doing that, merch is one of those ways that I do that. So that is just something that I'm really love. And so yeah, that is what that is. I'm trying to think what else. That's it on merch, really, because it's nothing super crazy. It's just like how things go. The next thing that I make money on is my podcast. My podcast is just doing really great, actually. I'm very impressed. I'm surprised that it even did. I just made it for my own fun, and then it ended up becoming great. But I make money off of like the amount of listenership that I have. So the amount of listens I get paid. It's kind of like AdSense on YouTube, is the easiest way that I can explain it. So you, based off of the percentage of listens that you have, off of how much whatever you get, then you get like the money that you make. I'm still like learning a lot about podcasts because I haven't done it for that long, but the money that I do make is very nice, and I'm very impressed that I was even able to do that. And coupled with my merch, and being able to kind of like make my own ads with my merch, I've been able to not have to have ads. I do still have my affiliates that I talk about on that podcast because I love them and I think every single person needs to have them, but I've been able to cut out ads because I have these affiliates and I have my merch, and then like the money that I make off of my listenership, which is incredible. I am so thankful for that. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing there. Let's see what else. My podcast is like my main source of revenue, I would say. Okay, so then my website. So my website is like its own thing. Yeah, it is, isn't it? So I am an Amazon affiliate, which means I make money off of any Amazon purchase that you make through my website. So all of my links are affiliates. That's how I make my money. I make money off of having ads on my blog. So any ads that you see on the bottom, if you click it, but you don't have to purchase it or anything, you just click it, I make money off of that. AdSense basically is what it is. And then I also make money through like my MLMs that you sign up for. Sorry, I'm trying to think all the things I have on there. And any type of like membership, newsletter, anything that you sign up with me through my website, I generally make money on. So I am super thankful if you ever clicked on that. But that's like its own thing. Mainly the AdSense is what I make money on consistently, and the affiliate links, because everything that I have on here is linked, and it's linked for you guys to be able to pay for and find and all of those things. So that's what I have there. And then I'm trying to think. The next thing that I'm still working on, so I'm not going to talk about it, it's like a membership. So like you can make money off of like a membership, and I am currently working on something like that. I've not figured out what I want to do yet, but I do have it as an option that I'm still like dreaming up in my head. But those are all the ways that I make money on social media. Again, I normally, like, my bread and butter of what I make money on social media is my MLMs. Whenever you sign up with me or buy a product from me, I get a significant amount of income from that. My podcast and my like AdSense affiliate links. Oh, and then I forgot. I make AdSense on YouTube. It's very minimal, but it does pay the bills. So like my story on how I made money off of these ways, right? So I explained all the ways that I make money on social media. Now I'm going to talk about my story on how I started making money on social media. So if you guys don't know, I started this YouTube channel 4.5 years ago whenever I was in my senior year of high school. And I pretty much just did it for fun from like that year all the way up until like my senior year in college. So in my senior year of college, I was still making YouTube videos. I still really enjoyed doing ministry videos, everything like that. And I started having companies kind of like reach out to me to either like show their product or whatever it may be. Or make a post, different things like that. So I kind of like looked into it. I didn't really do anything with it because, I mean, I showed the product, but like I didn't follow through with the sponsorship or anything because I didn't really know anything about it, and I didn't want to get involved in like having my own company and having to pay taxes and all that stuff. I just wasn't really involved, like wanting to be involved in that. But my senior year in college, I created my website, and that's my blog and everything that you guys look at everywhere, right? And that is where I started to really pick up, right? Like my business started to kind of like grow, and it started to boom, right? And so I saw this as an opportunity to grow my business, to grow my business. It wasn't even a business yet. It was just like a thing. I just saw it as an opportunity to grow. So I created my blog. You guys loved it. And I continue to do it. I still do my ministry blogs. I still have the website. I still do all the things. But that is whenever my money actually started. I started to make money off of things because I signed up to have like the AdSense, because you had to have a certain amount of followers on your blog to be able to have like money come in. So I had that. And then I did a couple sponsorships, nothing super crazy. I saved pretty much all of the sponsorships because I didn't really know how that was going to work. But I started to make money. It was not a significant amount. It was not a consistent amount. It wasn't anything like that. It was just money that I was making based off of like everything that I was doing, right? And so that's whenever I started realizing like I really wanted to make this a business, because I saw the opportunity. I saw how I can grow with this business and like learn from it. And so that is kind of what I decided to do. So I would say like my senior year going into my first year of like working full-time, I made this into business, right? Like I made this into what it is right now. So I educated myself a lot. Like I can't even tell you how many YouTube videos like this I watched from literally every person that I watched that was successful on YouTube and that was successful basically like in life. Watch all of that, and then I watch financial advisors, financial gurus, budgeting experts, everything. I watched so many videos. I educated myself. I read so many books on finances, different things like that. I learned from the company that I was working for how they did their finances, because finances are my favorite thing to talk about. Like this right here, this business, everything. I have a very entrepreneur mindset. Like that's just always how I've been. And so I just love the fact that you can make a business and I can create my own hours and do my own thing, and it's just how my mind is, right? Like I'm just a very entrepreneur mindset. I've always wanted to have my own business. I've always wanted to do that, and so it's just how my mind works, and this just makes me so excited. But anywho, I started seeing the opportunities that it could make financially for myself, for my future, for everything like that. So again, I educated myself. I learned all the different things I need to do. I created those steps. I made it into a business, and here we are right now, right? I never started making a consistent amount of income off of my social media until this past year. So whenever I started my vlog channel, I started making money off of that, and I started making Google AdSense from my older channels and my older videos. So I started making Google AdSense from that. So I started making consistent money off of that. I started making consistent money off of my website. That's whenever I started my podcast, so I started making money off of that. That is whenever I started making money off of social media, and that is also whenever I started becoming a Beachbody coach. So all of these things started happening all at once because I started seeing like the impact that it was creating on my life, and it was able to pay for a lot of the things that I wanted to do, or like if I wanted equipment, if I wanted certain things like that, I was able to purchase it using the money that I made off of that. I never really started taking sponsorships as seriously until that year as well, because I was actually purchasing or like my own gifts that year, right? Like I was actually being an adult, having to purchase my own Christmas gifts, having to purchase everything in my life. And so sponsorships were really nice, I realized, for sinking funds whenever I was like going through the process of becoming an entrepreneur. So basically that's kind of my story in a nutshell. I learned a couple basic things that I would say that helped a lot. So the first one is always diversify. Like if you think that YouTube is the only thing that you're gonna do, it's a great place to start. It's a great place to grow and create an audience. It totally is, because that's what I did, and it helped so much. Like I don't think I could actually make money off of anything if I never had YouTube to start, right? So it's a great place to diversify. It's a great place to create an audience, and then you need to continue to diversify, right? Like you need to make like I'm trying to think. You can make merch, you can make this, you can do this. You have to have a bunch of different avenues to have consistent income off of basically anything like that. I don't really like Google Ads that much, not Google Ads, AdSense on YouTube. It's just not my favorite way to make money, but I do use it. I try not to because it's just irritating to me to have like commercials, so I really like don't use it on like my old what's it called, my old channels and stuff. I have AdSense on there, but I don't prefer to have it on this channel or anything like that because it just kind of irritates me to have ads. So basically what I do is, if you guys don't want ads, or you don't want ads for this or whatever, I put all of my links in the description box, and I put all of like my MLMs and different things like that, so that way I can make money that I would be making on AdSense, but you guys are helping me do that. Does that make sense? Like I don't really want to give you a bunch of ads to make money off of like I do still have ads, but it's very few, far between. I like doing sponsorships, things like that. But to have consistent income, and then also to, to have consistent income, and then also to be able to create a like nice income for myself, I need to be able to have other ways to make income, right? So that's how come I have MLMs and different things like that, because it's consistent income for me, and then you guys don't have to have ads. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you are part of my other channels that I have, or my old channels and things like that where I have like ads and things, if you don't want ads, you can then become like a membership. Like I'm eventually going to come up with like something like this where like later on down the line where you just pay a certain amount of money to be able to not have ads on my channel in my older videos and everything like that, and I'm going to upload those older videos so that way you don't have to. But anywho, those are just ways to make money, so you need to diversify. Well, first you need to create an audience, right? Create an audience, diversify, and then you need to be very smart in the ways that you save your money, because on social media, basically anytime that you have your own business, you're not going to have the same amount of income every single month. So you can't guarantee yourself that you're going to be like salary, where you're going to get the certain amount of money every single time. If you want that, you have to work for someone, basically. Like you have to work for someone if you want a consistent amount of income. You like don't want to have to do all the brain racking, different things like that. That is stuff that you are going to have to know. So some of the ways that I try to save my money so that way I can pay myself a kind of like more of a consistent salary type pay scale every single month is through having multiple different things to save. So right now, since I don't have children, it's just my husband and I do have a 40-hour week job, so we don't touch any of the money I make on social media for anything. We just save it, we put it to the side, and then if I need something like memory cards or a camera or whatever, we use the credit card for the business on that type of thing, if that makes any sense. So anything that's business related, we spend money on, we use the money that I make, but other than that, since I have a 40-hour week job, we do that, or we put it towards the house, different things like that. Anywho, basically what I'm trying to tell you is that I have a couple different categories that I put this money in. So the first one is a checking account, again, so that way I can pay for things that I might need, like a new camera if this one breaks, or new memory cards, different things like that. I put that in the checking account that I can use, and that's the money that I make after everything is taken out. Then I have a savings account. In the savings account, I put 20% back for taxes, and then I probably a little bit more than that. The average is 20%, but I kind of sometimes, depending on like how much it is, put a little bit more back as like a just in case. So I put money in the savings account for that, for taxes, and then I also put it in there for insurance and a couple of different things, because I do have my own insurance for this platform. I don't really like need it, but as like a just in case, I have it there, and everything like that. So that pretty much insurance, things that I pay yearly. So like for my website, I pay like $100 a year to use it, so that's part of it. My Beachbody, I use $100 a year, so I put it towards that. I save that. So my own business has its own sinking funds, it has its own tax savings, it's got its own insurance, it's got its own pretty much everything, and I like keeping it separate like that, and that's basically what goes into my savings. And then I have a Roth IRA, which is like the other percentage that basically it goes to like money that I make, it goes directly to that, without like, so it takes out 20% for all of that, like taxes, and then it takes out like however much money it is a month for my like insurance and different things like that. And then I have money in my Roth IRA that goes directly to that, from the money that I make. So then I have like an extra like retirement kind of account thing. So I have my own retirement, my own insurance, my own everything that I put money towards. And then I also have another kind of like savings, I guess you could say, and it's for my future kids. So like whatever it may be, it's just already going towards that. And I have that on purpose because I have noticed in my own experience that whenever like you retire or whenever your kids like are older, whatever it may be, it's nice to have some money to be able to give them, right? Like I want to give my kids the financial future that they want, and be able to help them because my parents were able to help me in college, and so I want to be able to help my kids in that as well, or if they want to go to trade school, whatever it may be, I want to be able to help them in that. And I know that Gabe, my husband, does as well, so I've been putting money towards that. So basically I've got a couple different things for them as well. I've got money that I'm saving for their school or training or whatever. Whenever they become 18, I'm going to give them money. That's going to go towards whatever it may be that they choose. The next one, I have some money. It's very minimal, like barely any money going towards their retirement. I have like a little section for their retirement, and then I have like a tiny little bitty section as well that is going for their wedding, or any special event that we need to really like plan for in the future. So like this savings account is all for their future. It's not for like birthdays or holidays or whatever. It's nothing like that. It's just for their future. And I decided to do this because we honestly like don't have any of that yet. Like we don't have kids yet. We don't have to, I guess, financially save for that yet. But I figured the earlier you start, the better it is, right? Like any type of savings that you put in, you will eventually, like the earlier you start, the better it is, always, is what I've noticed from my research and like understanding how money works and things like that. So that's why I started it now. It's very minimal money that goes in there. Like I'm just telling you, like it's very minimal because we don't have it yet. We don't really like need to do that much. We have things that we need to pay for, such as a house, and then those types of things, right? Like we have a lot of financial goals going towards things like that and investments. So like that's really kind of put on the back burner, but I still put a little bit of money towards it. But I also would recommend that if you want to have a retirement, you need to start your retirement and have like a separate Roth IRA kind of thing. And I learned that if I put $50 a month starting now into that account, by the time I retire, which is normally around the age 65 is kind of what I'm assuming that I really want to retire at, I can have $1 million saved for whenever I am ready to retire, which is awesome because I plan on wanting to keep like a normal 40-hour week job. Actually, I don't really know. This is what I really want to do full time, but I haven't really officially decided what I want to do, what I don't. So I will be able to have either double retirement, so the one that I have with the company I'm working for now, or just the one that I have right now. But anywho, the point being is that I am trying to make my financial future as stable as possible, and making money on the side for YouTube and different things like that is really important to me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm thinking oh no, I'm not done yet. Taxes are so messy with social media and all the different companies that you work with, which is why I'm kind of like slowing down on the sponsorships a little bit more, because it's difficult to do the taxes. Like I'm only going to take a certain amount of sponsorships a year starting from this year on, because it is very tricky, and I just don't really want to be a part of that anymore. But basically, since you have all the different companies, you need to keep documentation on every single thing that you spend, every single money that's coming in. All the companies, you need to create your own contracts that you sign. You need to save all of the contracts that you sign from other companies. Like you have to have a really good file organization, and you have to really take care of your ish. So I have all of my stuff in like this like kind of like filing accordion thing that you use for school. I don't know what they're called, but I keep all of my special documents in there for work, like YouTube and social media, everything like that. I keep that all together, and I really am very diligent about taking care of it. And then I also use this app where it has basically it takes track of everything that you're spending and shows everything. I print off my bank statements every single month, and I put them in their specific spots that they need to be in, so that way I can be able to document that for taxes and different things like that. So now we are officially done, because that is all that I have to say. It's just literally one of the best and one of the most difficult jobs that you can have. And it's not just social media. This is basically just the 411 on having your own business, basically. Just the internet is the way that I like to have my own business and run my own business. So that's just kind of how I look at things, and I've gotten a lot of questions that I'm just going to answer really fast right here on my social media as well. So let's just dive right into that. I've gotten a lot of questions about how come I am doing my 40-hour week job whenever I make money on all my social media and everything. And the reason is because I want to be able to financially support Gabe and I with our house, and I want to financially support myself. I really enjoy having the extra income through this job that I have, that I work every day. And eventually I do want to have just this as my job, but I want to be able to make sure that I am fully prepared to be able to do this on my own. Because in case you don't know, I run everything myself. I run this whole entire business that I have created. I run myself. So it takes a long time. I have been working on creating a schedule for myself. I have been really working and being very diligent with everything that goes on with Honestly Bare. And I just wanted to say that it is very difficult to do both, the 40-hour week job and this. So I just want to put this out there. I am doing the 40-hour week job because I wanted to have the experience. I wanted to learn what it was to be a team, to run a team, to take care of a team. I wanted to know what they did financially for their business. I wanted to learn more about myself, because what if I didn't end up liking this job and I wanted to eventually work for this particular company that I'm working for now, right? I wanted to be able to learn more about myself, wanted to grow with myself, because I'm only 23, guys. I don't know everything, and I wanted to take the time to be able to learn as to what I really wanted in life, what I really wanted to do with my life, and how I really wanted to spend my time and energy. And so it took me a while, but I'm still finally getting that, and I'm taking baby steps to eventually be able to do this full time. But that's basically some of the stuff that I wanted to share with you guys, and that's the reason why I still work, is because we are buying a house, right? Potentially, we want to buy a house, and so I'm putting all this money and saving it towards that. But we also have just so many financial goals that we want to spend, and everything is very expensive. That you have to do it in life, basically. Buying a house is expensive. Buying the stuff inside of it is expensive. So having that, learning that, and being able to grow with that is something that I really wanted to do. And so having this job that I work during the week, or not even the week, but my 40-hour week job really helps with that. And so that's what we have. But my dream eventually is to do this full time. I don't know when, I don't know how. Well, I know how, but I don't know when I really want to officially make this my full-time job, if that makes any sense. So I've just been kind of listening to God, really hearing what he has to say, learning things on my own. I'm really taking the time to do that. So I hope this was helpful. I don't know if it is, but leave a comment down below letting me know if it is. And another thing, if it doesn't allow comments, it's because the reason why it doesn't have comments is because it is made for children, like this YouTube channel is. So you can't really like leave a comment unless they say it's not made for children, but then like it doesn't pop up in everyone's feed, so it's kind of like this whole entire algorithm situation. But anyways, that's all I have to say. So I hope this was helpful. I have one more FAQ that I get all the time that I'm going to be also recording, pretty much probably in the same outfit, but yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next time I make a video. Peace out, Girl Scout.